Street market closing after rain. Plastic covers shake again. Boxes stacked beneath dim gold. Midnight air and growing cold. Last train gone an hour ago. Still the alley pulses slow. Steam escapes from food cart fires, twisting through electric wires. The vendor counts his final cash, while puddles shimmer under glass. Motorbikes pass one by one like tired echoes on the run. The fruit stand smells like orange peel, mixed with smoke and wet concrete feel. And somewhere from the second floor, a trumpet leaks behind a door. I walk between the hanging lights and overhear fragmented lives. Conversations cut in half, broken by a distant laugh. No fast lane, no escape, only rhythm, only shape. Midnight market after rain, washing colors through my veins. Every shadow, every flame feels alive without a name. Midnight market, humid air, heavy hearts and vacant stares. I don't need to understand, I just move with the demand. A woman dancing near the stall like she forgot the world at all. Headphones wrapped around her hair, lost somewhere beyond the square. Old men drinking bitter tea, arguing soft philosophy. As cigarette smoke starts to rise toward the tangled midnight sky. Someone rolls the shutters down, metal screaming through the town. Yet underneath the closing sound, another pulse is still around. No straight line, no control, only movement, only soul. Midnight market after rain, washing colors through my veins. Every shadow, every flame feels alive without a name. Midnight market, humid air, heavy hearts and vacant stares. I don't need to understand, I just move with the demand. Maybe nights like this survive because they never fully hide. They live between the closing hour and the city's fading power. Maybe people come down here to disappear without fear. Not to run, not to pretend, just to loosen at the end. Plastic waves rolling down, wet footsteps through the town. Distant bass from a bar pulls me deeper where they are. The market slowly empties out, leaving rappers blowing round. But underneath the humming wires, the street still breathes with hidden fires. A young boy rides a battered bike through reflections silver white. Music leaking from his phone, turning alleys into home. And suddenly the night feels wide, not lonely, not occupied, just existing in its own language made of dust and tone. I stop beside the final stand and warm my frozen aching hands over charcoal burning red, while songs loop softly flickers, then goes black. Chairs get folded, tables stacked. But somewhere underneath the steam, the market keeps alive in dreams. Cassette spinning in the dark, soft tape hiss before the spark. Bedroom lit by amber glow, while the whole world moves too slow. Posters peeling from the wall, summer fan turns tired and small, and somewhere through the open screen, a motorcycle cuts the scene. I found a box beneath the bed, filled with things I thought were dead. Old mixtapes with handwritten names, faded ink and teenage days. One says August 2009, another says you'll be fine. And when the music starts to play, the room bends back into that age. Cheap drum machines and synth delays, worn out voices wrapped in haze. Every track a photograph of moments buried in the past. Rewind slow, let it roll. Static hearts, analog soul. Cassette dreams in the night, flickering red record a light. Every song pulls me inside to the years I used to hide. Cassette dreams, magnetic sound, lost things suddenly are found. I don't need to chase the dawn, I just keep the tape running on. The tape begins to slightly warp, like a memory falling apart. But somehow that imperfect tone feels more human than my phone. Outside, summer rain appears, mixing with forgotten years. Drops collide against the frame, like they recognize my name. A voice recorded years before, laughing through the bedroom door, saying things too fast to keep. Now returning from the deep, no clean lines, no perfect end, only echoes coming back again. Cassette dreams in the night, flickering red record a light. Every song pulls me inside to the years I used to hide. Cassette dreams, magnetic sound, lost things suddenly are found. I don't need to chase the dawn, I just keep the tape running on. Maybe memories survive inside damaged little lines, tiny waves of dust and heat, turning absence into beat. Maybe all we really are, fragments trapped inside a bar of unfinished melody, still spinning endlessly. Tape hiss, window mist, lo-fi drums on my lips, summer heat, passing cars, old guitars, distant bars. The final cassette starts to slow, pitch bending deep and low, like the night itself is tired, but still refuses to retire. I lie back against the floor, listening for something more. my mind. Laundry machine spin at night. Cold white towels and buzzing light. 24 hours half asleep, while the city sinks in deep. Plastic chairs beside the wall, soap and water, that is all. Yet somehow in this humming place, time begins to lose its shape. The dryer turns like a slow moon, playing its mechanical tune. Socks and jackets spinning round in hypnotizing silver sound. The student sleeping near the door, headphones pressed against the floor. A waitress counting crumpled tips, coffee warming tired lips. Outside, traffic paints the glass with streaks of red that quickly pass. But in here everything feels slow, like nowhere else I need to go. No pressure now, no need to run, only circles one by one. Midnight laundromat again, washing out the weight within. Every spin, every sound turns my heavy thoughts around. Midnight laundromat glow, where the tired people go, not to fix or understand, just to breathe and just to stand. A man in work boots folds his clothes like it's all he really knows. Careful hands and lowered eyes, quiet strength that never cries. The vending machine starts to shake. Someone buys a chocolate cake. Microwave light flickers blue, painting everyone brand new. The rain outside begins to rise, running rivers through the signs. And every drop against the pane feels connected to my brain. No final stop, no master plan, just small moments made by hand. Midnight laundromat again, washing out the weight within. Every spin, every sound turns my heavy thoughts around. Midnight laundromat glow, where the tired people go, not to fix or understand, just to breathe and just to stand. Maybe healing isn't loud, maybe it's this quiet crowd. People sitting side by side with hidden storms they never hide. Maybe peace is ordinary, fluorescent lights and air that's heavy. Simple room at 2:30, helping strangers make it through. Spin slow, warm clothes, rain falls, phone calls, soft buzz, no rush, just stare, still there. Dryers finally lose their speed, like exhausted hearts that bleed. One by one the people leave into the wet and sleeping streets. But I remain a little more, watching shadows on the floor. And for the first time in some days, I don't feel trapped inside my brain. The humming sounds become a way, carrying thoughts I couldn't say. And somewhere in the spinning light, I forgive myself tonight. Midnight laundromat again, washing out the weight within. Every spin, every sound turns my heavy thoughts around. Midnight laundromat glow, where the tired people go, not to fix or understand, just to breathe and just to stand. Midnight laundromat, stay near through the static and the fear, until the final cycle ends and the quiet starts again. The open sign shuts off at last, rainwater reflecting past. And the empty machines keep turning slow, like they still remember everyone who came and went below. basketball court behind the school. Summer midnight, humid blue. Chain link fences, cracked white paint. Old vibrations that still remain. Street lamp buzzing overhead. Moths circling in tired threads. And somewhere from the parking lot, a slow bass line begins to knock. Sneakers scraping faded ground, echoes making hollow sound. Four kids playing half awake, like the night is theirs to take. One shot rhythm, pass and spin, sweat and laughter in the wind. No one really keeps the score that stopped mattering before. A radio beside the bench leaks old songs through static stretch. Every beat melts with the heat of the concrete underneath. No deadlines, no alarms, only movement, only hearts. Summer court at 2 a.m. where the night begins again. Every shadow, every shout, it's the heavy feelings out. Summer court beneath the glow, where forgotten dreamers go. Nothing perfect, nothing planned, just the ball in open hands. Just the ball in open hands. Someone climbs the bleachers slow, watching traffic far below. Talking softly about escape and all the paths they couldn't take. And all the lights, a cigarette, saying life moves too fast yet still comes back here every week, searching for the air to breathe. A dream moves somewhere in the dark, like a fading metal spark, while the rhythm of the game keeps erasing stress and pain. No pressure, no disguise, only sweat and open skies. Summer court at 2 a.m. where the night begins again. Every shadow, every shout, lets the heavy feelings out. Summer court beneath the glow, where forgotten dreamers go. Nothing perfect, nothing planned, just the ball in open hands. Maybe freedom looks like this. Missed shots floating through the mist. Plastic cups and tired shoes. Nothing here we have to prove. Maybe peace is temporary. Cheap cologne and summer air heat. A tiny world outside of time, held together by the night. Bounce slow, light slow. Warm wind, skin and smoke. Night hum, cars run, hearts beat, concrete streets. The game dissolves without an end. No winners here, just tired of all the nights we stayed around. Automatic doors slide open slow, cold blue supermarket glow. 3 a.m. and half the shelves feel abandoned by themselves. Shopping carts with crooked wheels rolling through fluorescent fields, and overhead a tired song keeps quietly dragging on. A cashier with exhausted eyes scanning frozen dinners twice. Coffee stains on her left sleeve like she never gets to leave. A teenager in headphones walks past cereal boxes without thought, holding energy drinks and gum, trying not to feel too numb. Freezer doors release white smoke like the building softly spoke, and every aisle starts to blur into something stranger here. No sunlight, no clear time, only buzzing in my mind. Supermarket after dark, floating through the empty sparks. Every aisle feels unreal, like a dream I almost feel. The self-checkout below while the machine repeats again. Unexpected item then, somewhere near the magazine rack, a child sleeps in his father's lap. Tiny shoes and tired cheeks, lost inside the weekday weeks. Cleaning staff begin to mop, moving like they'll never stop. Through reflections on the floor of lives exhausted to the core. No fast pace, no loud crowd, only thoughts that speak too loud. Supermarket after dark, floating through the empty sparks. Every aisle feels unreal, like a dream I almost feel. Supermarket late night glow, where the restless people go, not to buy what they demand, just to hold on to something human. Maybe loneliness appears in ordinary atmospheres, not dramatic, not extreme, just soft cracks beneath the scene. Maybe everyone inside came here somewhere to hide from apartments far too still, and thoughts they cannot kill. Barcode lights, sleepless nights, cold air hum, numb and numb. Plastic bags dragging slow, tiny worlds passing through. Outside rain begins again, sliding down the giant panes, and suddenly the whole store feels like a ship with spinning wheels. I wander through the final row, watching tired faces glow under artificial stars and refrigerator scars. Then the speakers cut to black, leaving only buzzing tracks. And in that strange and quiet space, I finally slow my racing brain. No revelation, no big sign, just existing for some time among the carts and frozen air, feeling less alone in there. Supermarket after dark, glow. The receipt prints one last line. Automatic doors unwind, and somewhere in the parking rain, the night resets itself again. Train station on the coast, where the wind feels like a ghost. Rusty rails and faded signs, lost between forgotten lines. Seagulls screaming into gray as the tide pulls docks away, and the ocean hums below like it's telling me to go. I'm standing where the cargo ends, where the metal slowly bends. Ships that left and never came, carrying no one's name. A lighthouse blinks in tired cold over broken fishing roads, and every wave that hits the pier sounds like something once was here. Weathered hands fixes nets he understands, not for hope, not for reward, just because he can't ignore. No rush tonight, no city sound, only water all around. Harbor lights in fading blue, carrying what we once knew. Every wave that breaks the shore feels like something I was before. Harbor nights and drifting tide, where forgotten thoughts collide. I don't fight, I don't pretend, I just let the water mend. A broken boat half in the sand, like it's still refusing land. Paint peeled off in layers thin, like stories trapped within. A radio from an old cafe plays a song from far away, static mixed with distant chords, like a memory restored. Couples walk without a plan, holding time within their hands, watching ships that pass too slow to places they will never go. No rush tonight, no city sound, only water all around. Harbor lights in fading blue, carrying what we once knew. Every wave that breaks the shore feels like something I was before. Harbor nights and drifting tide, where forgotten thoughts collide. I don't fight, I don't pretend, I just let the water mend. Maybe distance heals the mind, not by leaving things behind, but by showing what remains when the noise dissolves again. Maybe every tide that comes is a way to come undone and rebuild without a name. Just the ocean in the frame, waves roll in, waves roll out. Nothing stays, only doubt. Salt in air, time dissolves. Silent thoughts slow evolve. breeze and lets me stay, then slowly turns its face away, and I remain between the sound of lost ships never coming round. Desert highway stretching wide, no headlights on either side. Stars are scattered sharp and cold, like stories never told. The heat still lingers in the air, even though no one's there. Just asphalt glowing faint and low, where nothing really wants to go. Gas station flickers off the road, a lonely island for the cold. A broken fridge, a humming light, trapped inside this endless night. A man sells coffee black and cheap for travelers too tired to sleep. He doesn't ask where they are from, just nods and lets the silence come. Wind is dragging dust and sand, like fingerprints across the land. And every mile I drive ahead feels already half forgotten, dead. No direction, no defense, just the feeling of immense. Desert highway in the night, under fading satellite light. Every mile becomes a sound of something lost, not yet found. Desert highway, open flame, nothing ever stays the same. I don't run, I don't resist, I dissolve inside it. A trucker parked beside the lane, listening to old refrains, country songs and broken bass. Time carved deep into his face. He waves but doesn't say a word, like silence is all he's heard. And maybe that's enough to share. Out here in the burning air, a distant city barely glows, like a memory that never grows. Just a shimmer on the edge of something I can't fully touch. No return, no clear sign, only asphalt and this line. Desert highway in the night, under fading satellite light. Every mile becomes a sound of something lost, not yet found. Desert highway, open flame, nothing ever stays the same. I don't run, I don't resist, I dissolve inside it. Maybe emptiness is space, where you finally see your face, not reflected in the crowd, but in silence raw and loud. Maybe distance is a cure, not for pain but something pure, stripping everything away until only you can stay. Wind speaks low, tires sky begins to shift to blue, but nothing really feels new. The same horizon stretched and wide, like it's frozen in its tide. I stop the car, step into air that feels like it's always there. No past, no future, only now. And I don't need to ask how the radio starts to fade, but I don't feel afraid, because even in the loss of sound, something deeper can be found. And I realize as I stand, there's no map, no final plan, just motion through an open vein of endless desert grain. Desert highway in the night, under the fading satellite light. Every mile becomes a sound of something lost, not yet found. Desert highway, burning sky, where all illusions drift and die. I don't run, I don't resist, I become the mist. Desert highway, carry me through the edge of memory, until I'm just another line drawn across the edge of time. The engine cools the night, stay still. The desert keeps its quiet will, and somewhere in the breaking dawn, I am already gone. Old vinyl shop at closing time, dust in air like frozen rhyme. Records stacked in crooked rows, where nobody really goes. A bell above the door still sings, with every time the cold wind swings. And the owner turns the light down into a softer night. I trace my fingers through the crates, forgotten bands and faded states, jazz and soul from distant years, carrying other people's tears. A broken record starts to play, half the sound already fades away. Still it pulls me in its wave, like something I didn't save. Posters peeling off the wall, black and white, they still recall. Concert nights in crowded rooms, now replaced by silent tunes. No rush to leave, no need to run, just listening to what's undone. Final nights and faded sound, where lost frequencies are found. Every crack becomes a line between your past and mine. Final nights, slow and deep, where forgotten memories sleep. I don't chase what's left behind, I just let it press my mind. The shopkeeper lights a cigarette, like time is something he forgets. He says these songs don't really die, they just learn to hide inside. A turntable hums in the back, spinning stories dressed in black. Each scratch a memory that stays, even when the music sways. Outside, the street is cold and bare, but in here it's different air, like every sound has found a home between the grooves of ancient tone. No rush to leave, no need to run, just listen to what's undone. Final nights and faded sound, where lost frequencies are found. Every crack And every song we try to hold is just a story half told. Maybe silence isn't gone, it just waits between each song, where the needle learns to stay before it slowly fades away. Crackling light, dust in flight, slow repeat, broken beat. The final record starts to slow, like it doesn't wanna go. And I sit inside the sound of everything that can't be found. The owner turns the final dial and nods at me with tired smile, like he knows I'll come again to lose myself inside this den. I'll leave without a single word, but still I feel what I have heard echoing inside my chest, like this place refuses rest. Final nights and faded sound, where lost frequencies are found. Every crack becomes a line between your past and mine. Final nights, slow and deep, where forgotten memories sleep. I don't chase what's left behind, I just let it press my mind. Final nights don't disappear, keep your static always near, until the needle fades to black, and still I know I'll come back. The door shuts off, the bell goes still, but I can hear the record spill. Inside my head it plays again, like it never reaches end. Old bookstore, closing hour, rain outside soft and sour, pages turning by themselves, whispered stories on the shelves. A single lamp above the desk glows like something half burlesque, and the city fades away behind the glass and shades of gray. I walk between forgotten names, books that once were burning flames. Now they sleep in dusty rows, where nobody really goes. A ladder creaks against the wall, like it remembers every fall of readers lost inside a line that blurred the edge of space and time. A handwritten note falls down between the map of some old town. It says don't rush, just read and stay, like time was never made that way. No hurry here, no outside sound, just endless words spinning round. Midnight pages, ink and rain, stories washing through my brain. Every word becomes a street where memory and fiction meet. Midnight pages, soft and slow, where forgotten thoughts can grow. I don't leave, I don't resist, I dissolve inside the mist. The owner sits behind the glass, watching shadows slowly pass. He says these books remember more than people who walk through that door. A novel opens on its own, like it's waiting to be known. And suddenly I'm not here, but somewhere else I disappear. Victorian streets and neon skies merge in strange and quiet ties, and every sentence that I read starts becoming part of me. No hurry is which, the page or street I'm standing in it. Midnight pages, ink and rain, stories washing through my brain. Every word becomes a street where memory and fiction meet. Midnight pages, soft and slow, where forgotten thoughts can grow. I don't leave, I don't resist, I dissolve inside the mist. Midnight pages carry me through imagined memory, until the book and I become the same unfinished song. Bookstore light goes softly out, but stories still are floating out. And somewhere in the quiet rain, the pages turn again. Old observatory on the hill, where the world goes quiet still. Rusty dome and broken glass, watching centuries slowly pass. The telescope still turns alone, like it's searching for a home. And above the sleeping town, stars are falling, drifting down. I climb the stairs of worn out stone, each step echoes like my own. Footprints lost in cosmic dust, built on silence, built on trust. Charts and maps on wooden desks, filled with dreams and complex texts. Astronomers who never left, still lingering in every breath. A notebook opens on its own, filled with codes I've never known. But somehow I can read between what is real and what is seen. No ground below, no ceiling near, only distance crystal clear. Starlight, observatory night, where time dissolves into light. Every planet, every flame, whispers softly without name. Starlight, observatory glow, where forgotten answers grow. I don't chase what I can't find, I just drift inside the mind. The telescope begins to move, like it's caught a secret groove, pointing somewhere past the moon, where reality feels immune. Galaxies like painted smoke in colors never once bespoken. Suddenly I understand how small I am within this sand. A voice through static starts to speak, not loud but somehow deep and sleek. It says you've always been here too, and everything you think you knew. No ground below, no ceiling near, only distance crystal clear. Starlight, observatory night, where time dissolves into light. Every planet, every flame, whispers softly without name. Starlight, observatory glow, where forgotten answers grow. I don't chase what I can't find, I just drift inside lost inside the mind. In the sky, I feel it clear that everything is already here. No distance left to understand, just stardust in my hand. The telescope keeps turning slow, even when I start to go. And somewhere in the endless sky, the observatory never says goodbye. Abandoned carnival by the sea, rusting rides that used to be, color fading off the paint, like memories that slowly faint. A carousel still turning slow, even with no one below. And the ocean hums nearby, like a lullaby gone dry. Broken mirrors in the booth, reflecting fragments of the youth. Laughing faces long erased, still flicker in this empty place. The Ferris wheel is half alive, turning just to stay alive. Each seat a frozen ghost of sound, spinning stories not yet found. Cotton candy melts to dust in air that tastes like rust. And every step across the ground feels like a memory unbound. No crowd to see, no ticket line, just echoes lost in space and time. Carnival of faded light, where the past still feels so bright. Every ride that never ends takes me back and back again. Carnival of empty flame, calling out without a name. I don't fear what I became inside this broken game. A ticket booth still glowing red, with numbers no one ever read, and laughter stuck inside the air like someone was still there. The roller coaster creaks above like it remembers how to love, but only wind is riding through the loops of faded blue. A clown sign smiles cracked and wide with paint that cannot hide the years that slowly peeled away from every night and every day. No crowd to see, no ticket line, just echoes lost in space and time. Carnival of faded light, where the past still feels so bright. Every ride that never ends takes me back and back again. Carnival of empty flame, calling out without a name. I don't fear what I became inside this broken game. Maybe joy never disappears, it it makes. I walk away but still remain inside its echoing refrain. The carousel keeps turning slow, even when there's no one to know. And somewhere in the